Welcome to the Brandinc PR Podcast, where we dive deep into the stories and strategies of today's most impactful entrepreneurs, business leaders, and professionals. Whether you're building your brand, scaling your business, or just looking for inspiration, you're in the right place. Happy New Year, everybody. And gosh, cue the confetti. I wish I had the little poppers for you just to kind of give you a huge Happy New Year. But this will have to do for those that can check out this episode. Well, hey, everybody, it's Brandy Sims here again, your host of the Brandinc PR Podcast, and I'm back with the first episode of the year. And today we're going to get right into what is our PR plan for 2025. So for those of you that are tuning in every week, I talk about effective strategies, tactics that you can use to help improve your PR, especially for those that are small business owners or entrepreneurs or simply startups that are just really getting into the swing of things and just navigating that terrain. So I'm here to offer you just some really good insight, as well as exclusive interviews with industry professionals that can also offer some incredible insight that can help you grow and navigate as you're building and growing your business, right down to the image management strategies and tactics that are effective. So it's always a pleasure to have you here. Excited that you're joining us again today, and just kicking off a really good year. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this topic too. So the first thing, I definitely want to talk about in terms of kickstarting your PR goals for 2025 is, what does your 2024 and really what did, let me go use past tense over here, still using that current. No, it's past tense. 2024 is in the past. But what was your plan and what did you achieve last year? For 2024, it should be an opportunity for deep reflection. The previous year is always an opportunity for deep reflection because it can help you determine what worked and what didn't work for your future plans, right? So that's where I really want to start this off is, when we're talking about, kickstarting our PR goals and our plans for 2025, let's first take a look back in the past. How did our performance do last year in terms of our engagement, in terms of our PR and our branding? How did it go? And what did we do that was effective? What I like to do with clients is we'll usually do an audit of our client accounts, and we will go line by line, interview by interview, and just comb through every data point, every result that we have. And we'll just really take a look at it from an overall viewpoint of what actually really worked well for us, and particularly for this client, and what wasn't really successful. What outreach did we do? Who do we contact? Was it successful? Was it not? If it was successful, what were the results of it? Did we get a great interview? Did we get a viral moment? Those are the types of things that you want to look at when you're doing a true audit of your account. And that's what I want you to do as you're kind of determining what is your goals for 2025 in terms of your own business's PR, is let's start with an audit. Do a really healthy, strong audit of all of the press that you received last year, all of the brand partnerships that you achieved last year, as well as just additional opportunities that helped with your brand's image, and just break it all down. What I would encourage you to do, because it does sound like maybe a lot we're just going to jump right into it, right? It sounds like a lot, but I'm going to tell you just kind of my secret to easing and simplifying this to make it accessible and very attainable. Attainable is the word I'm thinking about. But what you want to do is start by breaking down each month and then breaking down each week. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, January that month, and then go from there and just break it down each of those weeks. What did we do that week? Where we covered? Who did we reach out to? And just break it down from there. Once you've got a true complete audit of your 2024 PR, plan and ultimately your outreach and what happened for that year, that's where you can really start to look and determine what is your goal going to be in the next year, right? So if, for example, um, you had a goal of 5 interviews in the year, right? And you were able to do 10 interviews. That's something that you can say in your new goal for 2025. Okay, well, our goal last year was 5, we exceeded by 5. Maybe we bump this goal up to maybe 15, right? You get where I'm going with this? This is a really good way for you to start outlining what is our goal next year. Do we want more interviews? Are we looking for more brand partnerships? Are we looking for more opportunities where we can get out in the community and be seen helping and thriving within our own community? What is it that we can do to improve upon where we were at in the previous year? And how can we further achieve that goal by setting real outline measures to actually attain that? The other thing is, once you've kind of set your audit and really not even set your audit, once you've determined and really put together a really solid audit of just your performance of your PR efforts last year for your brand and your business, now I want you to think into creating a plan, right? Nothing goes off without a plan. You have to have a plan. And this is where it's going to be incredibly, incredibly useful and helpful for you when you look back at your audit. Kind of just touch on that a little bit. You're going to take that audit. Once you kind of fully put that together, this is where you're going to refer back to when you're creating your actual plan. In this plan, this is where you want to get very, very specific. What is the goals that we're hoping to achieve? Is it more of those interviews? Is it more of those brand partnerships? This is where you can really hone in on that. That's going to be a part of your plan. Also, in the plan, what I like to encourage folks to do, especially when they're building this thing out on their own, is set a deadline for yourself. I get it. I feel it. Small businesses, small business owners, entrepreneurs, I get it. Time is of the essence. You're likely working by yourself or with a really small team. And all of these tips I'm giving you is really to help you to grow and to be efficient, even with a small team. So as I'm saying this, I'm putting all of this in mind, that assuming that you have a small team. So all of these things are going to be for your benefit, right? Set these deadlines. Set these deadlines, because you're more likely not only to achieve them, but you're also likely to put together more hands and more support behind it if you set those deadlines. Make it very clear. And you also hold yourself accountable. Let's be honest. You also hold yourself accountable when you actually set these deadlines. On this date, I need to have this done. On this date, I need to have this person submit something back to me, and so on and so forth. Think of it like this. By preparing your plan, it's going to help you be more efficient. It's going to help you be more effective and actually allow you to be more successful in achieving that goal. You have to set a plan, create that plan, and then start to set those deadlines of when you need things done by, whether it's going to be you or you need to delegate it off, but start to set those deadlines and write them down. That is what's going to enhance the potential that you're actually going to achieve them. Set those deadlines and make sure that you understand that you have to be willing, if you can, to delegate it off, other parts of this assignment off to other people, so that you can also achieve it. But again, as a small business owner, I get it, I understand it, and all of these things are here for your support and for your guidance, so that you can actually achieve these things. So once you've kind of built out your plan, the next thing I want you to do is build your strategy. Okay. So what is your approach to achieving these goals? How are you going to do it? We always have to be able to answer the why and the how. Okay. So we've already determined, okay, why are we doing this? We've already determined what we're doing. Now we got to get into the how. How is this going to get done? And this is where you really need to take a deep dive into your staff. Who is responsible for what? Where can you delegate off certain tasks that allow you to focus your energy on the bigger projects and the bigger scheme of things that you need to get done as the founder or the leader of the business or an organization. So this is where it's really important to understand where is it going to be delegated off to? Who's going to be best suited in the team to help you achieve this goal? But then also, we have to get into in terms of not only who's going to do it, but also how are we going to get this thing done? Are we going to use certain tools? Is there some new technology that you need that'll help you be more effective in this? That's going to be a part of your research. Do some research. What is going to allow your team and yourself to be more efficient and more effective in achieving all of these goals that you have set? And also, who's the best person to assist with these things? I think it's so important to determine key players. I can give you a really good example. In the past, when we would have situations that arise with clients where it was a scenario where we had a client that was really confused as to who is the best suited. They always felt like it had to be the leadership to speak on certain things. And we were able to come up with a really good plan for them to help them understand that there are opportunities where we can determine other key players that can actually be of assistance. So the overwhelming nature that the executive leadership often found, and this has happened. The reason why I'm kind of like broad on this because it's happened with more than one client, especially when we're representing those that are in executive leadership. They always feel like, okay, well, it's just going to be up to me to be able to speak, and then I have to answer this, and then I have to do this, and then it's just yet another thing added on my plate when you start to send me interviews and write ups and things like that. No. So this is where key players is a big aspect of it, because sometimes it's not just on you as the founder and the leader to speak on behalf of things or to do everything. This is where delegation can also be beneficial and helpful. Determine who your key players are and who's going to be involved in this process that's going to help make your team more efficient. You know, you got to know who are your key players, who's going to be in charge of maybe doing the outreach, getting in contact with the media, who's going to be getting in contact with potential brand partners, and so on and so forth. Who are those key players is a big piece of this that we don't want to ignore and we don't want to downplay. You need to know who's doing what so that it can help you in the long run in terms of the efficiency of your team. And then, of course, the last thing, I love talking about budget, guys, because budget is a big factor. You have to have the money to do the stuff. Be for real. You have to have the money to do the stuff. So once you've determined and really created your audit of your previous year, you've created your audit, you've created the plan and set your deadlines, you've built out your strategy. The last thing you need to do is you need to set a budget. How much are you willing to spend to allow your PR to be successful? Your PR, and we can also kind of couple marketing in here too. What are you willing to spend? What is your business willing to spend to achieve the goal that you set within that audit and that plan that you have? What is your goal and what is that budget? What does that look like? And be honest with yourself. This is probably a good opportunity to get a hold of your accountant or whoever handles finance within your business. But you need to get with them and really lay it out. What does this budget look like? What could I do with what I have? And then break it down from there. I think it's important to be very clear on what you can spend on support. Because a lot of the times, you know, small businesses get into the hamster wheel of, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And sometimes they need to just stop for a second and really look at the big picture. All the time where you're spinning your wheels, you could be delegating, right? Not only delegating, but also not just delegating within internal teams, but also delegating outsourcing. Okay. That's where, you know, agencies like Brandinc PR come into play, where we come in and we help to support these businesses that may not have the staffing, may not have the departments, but we have the team to supply to help you support your goals and your efforts. But this isn't free. It's something that comes with a budget. So make sure that you set a budget and you're very super clear on what you're willing to spend or what you can spend within that budget so that you can achieve number one, number two, your goals. What are your goals and how it aligns into that budget and how can you make that work with what you have? We will have a really amazing resource. I'm just going to say it's so amazing because everything we do is just phenomenal. Totally kidding, guys, if you don't catch my sarcasm. But we will have a really, really helpful resource available next week on the Brandinc PR website, where you can take all of these things that I'm telling you now, and you can actually put them into almost a workbook style. So it's called the PR Plan Bundle. We'll have it available next week. There will be a wait list. If you want to get on that, please sign up. But we're going to provide you with all the tools necessary for you to build out your PR plan, and really just outlining all these tips and things that I've shared with you today. This is what's going to help you be more successful in terms of what your PR outreach and your growth is going to look like as you're navigating throughout 2025 for your business. Super, super helpful for those that don't have a large staff or have a large budget to outsource for PR support. This PR plan bundle is really for you. It's here to make your life easier, because I like making people's lives easier, and help to streamline the process of putting all of these things together in a really effective plan that you can actually utilize, and you can use it whether it's just you on your own, or if you have one or two teammates that you can delegate and get a part of it. But this is really for you and to help you be successful in terms of your PR planning as a small business owner. So I definitely am excited that this is going to be out. Just make sure to tune in. I see I'm mixing up my words, but tune in on the website, check out our social media. We will announce it once it's ready. But in the meantime, there is a wait list for it. So if you want to sign up for that wait list, head on over to brandincpr.com so you can access that. It will be available for an early bird pricing, and then it will increase after a certain period. So you definitely, once you see it, please do sign up. Again, these resources, these tools are here to help you grow and help you to be successful, but also just to make you more efficient. We're all navigating business in many different ways. And one thing that has always been so encouraging is the amount of tools and resources that we have at our fingertips, and the expertise that we have at our fingertips that help us to be successful. And so that is the main reason why we put together these different packages and these bundles, to help you and provide something that, otherwise you would not have access to. So definitely check it out. Will be released next week. But outside of that, guys, I'm really, really excited to see what your plans are going to look like and see all of your success and growth in 2025 and on your PR and your marketing. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Make sure to follow us, make sure to like, and make sure to leave us a review on the Brandinc PR Podcast. We'll see you next time.